Well, hello everybody. How you doing today? Welcome back to Jedi Granville Productions. I am, of course, Jedi Granville, and some might coin me as sexual chocolate, but we won't get into all that. That's political, all kinds of things. Anyway, I am so happy to be back on this from being in Chicago, coming back from just the great land of Chicago, which is really Rosemont where we held it at, but got back from Chicago after a long, strenuous delay of crap, but I won't go into that either. I'll probably do that later. And basically, talking about, and I have it here, G Fest 2024, 26, one of the two. I know, dude. I get so hung up with some things, man. It's just like dude. It's such a blessing knowing that it's been 3 years, but I haven't missed a step. And we already got some, man. We already got some comments in the comments section here. And what's up, Eric? Yeah, he said hello to everybody who's watching, and of course, hey, how you doing, brother? I mean, I know the situation, but hey, you're doing fine, my brother. You'll be all right. And there's Super Mega Crazy Man. How you doing? I'm doing fine, brother. I can't complain. Well, that's good. That's what I like to hear. Hanging in there. Hey, you'll be all right, man. And we got another one here. Russell Dalton. Okay. Hey, say hi to him, everybody. Mr. Russell Dalton. Dalton. I'm sorry. And okay, we got Alvin here. I guess it is. That's how that goes right there. And yes, I have talked to. Believe it or not, Crazy Man. I don't want to say Crazy Man. I'll just say Super. Because you're super being on this channel talking to me. Have I ever talked to one of the collectors? I have. It's been a while since I've done it. I didn't do this previous one, for 2026. I didn't do that, but sometimes I have done in the past G Fest. I've done that, and trust me, it's fun. It's fun doing that, talking to them because. But then again, I'm not much of a collector in terms of figures. I've never been like that. I mean, I wish I could say I was, but fortunately, I'm not. I mean, I'm only a collector of memorabilia like books like here. You can see some behind me, stuff like that. That's what I'm mainly into. But figures, it's not so much a grandiose kind of thing for me. I'm not that big of a, I'm not that big of a headache on that stuff. I'm sorry to say. I mean, but hey, that doesn't mean that exempts me from being loving Godzilla. Because as you can see, I got the merch, Jet Jaguar, showing his style and all that good stuff. And I got to tell you, oh yeah, here we go. Hold up a second. Let me see here. The people who have been guests here or haven't collected. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, no, I've had people on my channel before. I mean, I've met many people on my channel before. No, I'd be cool. I mean, I can say, I tell you what, for behind the scenes, just hit me up on Messenger and let me know what you want to do. I mean, no, I've had lots of people on here. I mean, we can, yeah, that wouldn't be a problem, brother. I mean, I'm not sure who you are, but I mean, I got an idea. I'm thinking this is Jordan Prime, but I could be wrong. But anyway, because I see the Transformers. Not the Transformers, but Voltron kind of deal there. But no, that'd be a cool thing, though. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. And I got Mr. Jake in the house. What's up, brother? How you feeling? You ready for tomorrow for the, for the Godzilla thing? I hope you are. And I got Mr. Kevin Lambert. Yes. My Jeep. Yes. How you doing, friend? My brother, my UK brother. Hope you're doing all right. Yes. And okay, Marcus. See, that shows. Look, that shows I'm not that big of a nerd. All right, that shows I'm not that big of a nerd. If I was, then I know who it is. But it looked like Voltron. But hey, yes, that's why I say other nerds can tell other nerds stuff. You know. Uh Let me see. Yeah, I have a well. See, some of this stuff right here are from other people who have given it to me, like various other people, Olvin. So, and that's what that is. And let me see here. Yep, he says yep. And let me see here. You know what? I should. I really should, Eric, because I can guarantee you, he is, like I say, he's one of the champions of what you call collecting and everything. And here we go. I well, to be honest, Kevin. Now this is something you have to realize. You are small time compared. I'm not saying that you're not good at it, but you're small time compared to some other individuals who collect a lot of figures. Uh, Okay. Hey, nothing problem. Hey, crazy man, I will call you that. I will call you crazy man. I just hope you're not crazy in real life. No, I'm just kidding. But to get something out of the way, I should say, meeting, in fact, go ahead and show him, meeting Mr. Olvin, or as we call him Olvin, but Connor, his legal name. Meeting him for the first time, he's not so bad. He was, yeah, like I say, he was tagging along and asking me questions about the place. I was interviewing, introducing him to the people that I know and whatnot. So yeah, he's actually pretty cool individual. I have to give it to him. Uh, what's this other thing? Okay, that's kind of cool. That is, hey, somebody knows. Now that's what I'm talking about. See, that's the thing right there. When you have the room to do these things, and see, me personally, I didn't go to G Fest to collect anything or buy anything. Although I'll go ahead and get this out the way because, believe it or not, hold up here. Let me bring these people up. I want to get these people out the way because I feel that they deserve. Make sure this is the one. Well, that's one of them. I mean, but that's but I want to show that's Mr. Daniel Miller, or as we call him, the Professor. He's very. I gotta say, he is somebody that I truly can say is ahead of his time in years. Very much so. But I want to get him and the other person. Let me see here. Let me make sure that's the one because I want to show that one. Let me see if this is the one. Well, no, that's not the one. I mean, it's close to the one, but that's not the one I want. Yeah, give me a second here. I want to show them both in the same picture. Let me see here. I think that's the one. That's the one I want. Yes. My brothers in arms from the UK, Mr. Kevin Lambert, who's of Entertainment Headquarters, and Mr. Daniel Miller, who's of Filming. Dan Filming, I'm thinking that's what I'm calling it. These two both gave me something that which I wasn't expecting because I wasn't expecting to get anything. Because truth be told, this is just me. This is just me. They know me well enough to know me that I'm a humble individual. I'm not somebody who's looking for any handouts or gifts or anything like that. Because their friendship, people's friendship, is enough for me. Friendships is enough for me, and well, let's see. And this is one of the reasons why I didn't. This is one of the reasons why I didn't buy anything because I'm like, no, you know. But kind of give it out the way. Um, both Kevin and Daniel gave me something which I was not expecting to be getting by them. Kevin gave me this this cap because I collect caps, various sizes. But he gave me one that was Godzilla or kaiju related. And like I say, it's hey, what can I say? I wore it on the first day when he gave it to me, so we met up. So yeah, hey, I look, I wasn't expecting it, but then again, I will forever wear it especially when I go to G Fest again. And for some of you who might ask, when am I going to G Fest again? Let me just say that I probably won't be going to G Fest no time soon. Let me just get this elephant out the room right now. I won't be going back to that until it might be 2, maybe 3 years from now, because I'm trying to save up for going to Japan. I want to go to Japan. That's been my dream since, I think, before any of honestly, I think anybody who is on this who's on this on the comments before some of y'all were born. I've had that in my mind for the longest time, So, but yeah, that's going to happen, and I'm going to make it happen. But this is something that the professor or Daniel Miller gave me, which is this, which is I know it's a Heisei version of Godzilla, which I think is a burning Godzilla, but it's a burning Godzilla, but it's in gold. Isn't that nice? That's pretty nice there. I like that. So that was something that I wasn't expecting. And let me see here. Let's see. Oh no, that's the and let's see. Your cap collection on the wall. No, I don't have. Look, that's one thing about me. Look, I don't put them out. I keep them put them hidden into my away because I don't want to get collecting dust or anything like that. Even though I dust in here, but I still don't want to collect dust. And yes, Eric said it best. It's about family, like what what Dominique Toretto says. I don't got friends. I got family, and trust me, the family that I make at G Fest is, you couldn't put a price on that. Yes, I definitely liked it, brother. I'm not gonna lie. Well, now, truth be told, now this is something I have to explain about G Fest or any con for that matter. I was going steadily between my first one, 2016, to 2019. Then the pandemic came along. Then I went back because I was hungry for it, and I was going steadily after that. But after 23, I had to take a break because of family issues. Basically, that's what it was. And truth be told, hold up a second. Okay, what's going on? Anyway, sorry about that. We're rocking and rolling here. Anyway, no, I was going readily before the pandemic was going. Then when I got back, when it's going back, I was going again. But I had to take a break for personal reasons. And then the year after, I was supposed to go back in 25, but some major malfunction, snafu situation came up, and there you go. These things happen, so there's nothing you can really do about that. I'm like, you mother, But anyway, that's it. It happens. Nothing you can do about it. Move on. So, but anyway, back to what I was talking about. Like I say, these two individuals, and I told them before, you guys really are what I call, individuals. Y'all friendship means a lot to me, and that's what matters to me most. I couldn't care less about what you give me. I only care about that I never lose your friendship. So, but anyway, what is it? Well, and truth be told, Eric, that's something about G Fest, and that's like any con. well, any entity that is out there, it has that robustness when you first start out with it, and then unfortunately it loses traction sometimes later because you see the dark side of things. And I won't go into the dark side of anything about G Fest right now because I mean I don't want to talk about that because some things happen to me that I don't want to explain right now, so I won't go into that. But yeah, and that's the thing. If you had the money, exactly, and truth be told, it's not so much the money for me because the way I travel from here to there, it doesn't cost a lot, and not because I live in America, but because I know how to sort out my money to get there. But yeah, and and I'm hoping and what now? I'm not gonna say hoping it will happen, brother. It will happen. So I'll say that like that. Anyway, now, but no, getting back to the G Fest 29 to 2026. Keep want to say 29. Everyone confuse himself. Alzheimer's is coming in and clear up for me, man. So anyway, no, it was a blast. It was such a blast. And hold up a second. Well, and that's the thing about me. I was taking the train myself, before I started flying. Okay, Eric. Hey, brother, take care, man. And I look, you already know you're my brother, thick and thin, no matter what. I'm just sorry for the crap that happened to you, but hey, what can you do, man? I mean, like I say, we're still living, we're still breathing. Hopefully we'll see each one day, and pal around. Because I have to say, for you, you're a great conversationalist. If people don't know Eric, if people who are watching don't know Eric, trust me, he really is. He's nah, but I love you, brother, man, and you take care for now, and hope to see you soon and everything, man. Okay. No, that's that gets me in the fields, and then anyone knows me, I get, dude, yeah. But anyway, I'm not gonna go into that because if I still, I'm gonna get emotional because that's the thing about going to G Fest. I did get emotional, but it was the afterwards that I started to get emotional. So, and and I gotta show, and to be told, I gotta show the different things that you know pretty much added on to that. Starting with, let's go down here. As I say, the people, like meeting new people. That's the one thing I can say is such a great thing. Yeah, thank you, brother. Like I say, don't make me cry because dude, I don't want to go there. Anyway, going to G Fest, meeting new people, and this particular fellow here named Christian Colt. I mean, Colton. I think I'm pronouncing his name. Make sure I pronounce his name right, because I'm not messing up people's names here. I'm kind of stickler for that. Let's see. Make sure. Okay, Coakley, Coakley. I think that's his name. But this is a guy who's probably about my age, or maybe a little older. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, it's people look at me and they feel like I'm in my early 40s. This guy probably is the age that I am, which is 56. People don't realize that. But his name is Christian. I'll just say Christian. And this was his first G Fest. First G Fest ever. Okay. Mine was when I was 46. This was his first one. And if he is in his 50s, there's nothing wrong with that. Age does not have a number when you go to G Fest. That's the one thing we must think about. What's this? Well, hey, I'm just glad that you got look. I'm glad that you got a chance to witness this, Olden, and you really did have a good time. I hope you needed. Exactly, we're a family. You see, that's the thing about it. But no, this was Christian's first G Fest. This gentleman here, and he never knew. I mean, he knew about it, but he never had a chance to come and explore it. And thankfully, what he witnessed and what he experienced was something that you could never put money on. So that's the great thing about G Fest, and I'm glad that he got a chance to witness that and kind of like say really got his feet wet basically by witnessing these things. And go to another one here. Let me see here. And here's another person that is is an oldie but goodie. This is Kevin Bolt. Met him online, but when I met him first time in 2017, he's a treat. He's a real outgoing individual. I mean, he's had some problems, dealing with some stuff in the past, but you know what? He didn't let that stop him. That didn't let it stop me. And it was like I say, and look, when you see me like what I'm expressing in this photo here, that's the real me. That's me. Walter, he's just all over the place kind of expressions, that's me, but no, seeing old faces and new ones, it's a real joy. And I feel like that's the thing you want to take away with when going to Chief Fest, because you meet people. I mean, you get to meet people or reunite with people like Kaiju Kate here. She is, like I say, a real treat, a real individual. She's been going to G Fest, and she's had issues, with things, but she didn't let this stop her from going to this 2026 one. And I'm such a glad. It was so heartwarming to meet these individuals again. Oh, okay, let me stop. That's the thing about this going to, G Fest. You get to meet the old, but you get to meet new ones. And of course, I got to mention Kevin Horn. Kevin Horn is such just a great individual. I mean, he kind of showed me the light about certain things, during basic G Fest I was going to, and I'm so honored to really know him as my brother. I'll say that, my brother in arms and everything. Hold on a second here, and we guys say, "Oh, wait a minute, hey, here's somebody who's familiar. This is What's up, Javante? This is my little nephew. Hey, dude, you're actually commenting on your great uncle's live stream here. That's cool. I like that. Let me see here. Yes, Kaiju. She's like I say, she's an amazing individual, and I really love her presence. And she's somebody that you can't fault her for that. I love that. And also get some get some of the so-called original players, I'd like to say, out the way. Hold up a second here. This is this here right here is James Songyong. This dude right here, he's a map hunter. When I say map hunter, he's a globetrotter. He's been around the world and back again. And he only came Sunday because he does a lot of traveling and everything, but he loves going to G Fest, and I'm glad he got a chance to, catch up with him, because I haven't seen him since the last time I saw him was in 23. So, and I don't know if he went 2 years prior of my absence, but he's been jet setting over, and he's, like I say, he's a really cool individual. He's a God-fearing individual, and I love him for that. So he's really really, like I say, a really ambitious individual, and I love him for that. And yeah, she really is. I mean, she's like I say, she's been through a lot. I won't tell you the situation with what she's dealt with. I'll just say that she's dealt with certain things that she's had to deal with in her life, and I mean, I'm sorry to say that that's the thing that happens. Things like that happen, and you can't stop it. I mean, you can't stop these things from happening, and I just wish that it could be better suited for her to not deal with that stuff. But no, it's like I say, it's certain things in life you can't change, you can't take away, and this is one of the reasons why this is one of the reasons why with G Fest, it's always a pleasure meeting up with old friends and conversating with them, and such a delight knowing that you get to see them, and that's why I say it's kind of hard for me, because when I went to my first G Fest, after mingling and involving myself with other people, when I got on the train, finally leaving Chicago, heading back for home, it's such so much of a draw, but it's that feeling of knowing that you've been hit with this such an amount, I mean, immense amount of, love and, just energy from everyone. You will start to feel this grand feeling of, like, for me, sadness, because I started crying when I was leaving G Fest. I was crying, and I guarantee you, anybody who's ever gone to G Fest, let me just say that it's not for the faint of heart if you can't handle it. I'll just put it like that. So it makes you realize that what's this? Oh, okay. I thought that was something else. Anyway, it makes me realize that this is one of the reasons why I love coming to G Fest, because I'm not going there to collect or buy anything. I go there to meet up with individuals that I feel are such a heartwarming thing to be involved with, And if I don't have that, if I don't intermingle with people, it feels like I have nothing. I have nothing, and I think that's one thing. Like I say, it's more important to me than anything is that I interact with individuals that make me feel, who really do make me feel, wanted, want to make me feel that this is the reason why I go to G Fest. I mean, I don't go to just to buy stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's nothing wrong with buying stuff, and that's the thing you got to remind yourself. It's nothing wrong with buying stuff. Okay, get that out the way right now. Nothing wrong with buying stuff. We can say that right now, outright. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with buying stuff. It's nothing wrong. Nothing. But you have to remind yourself what's the real reason why you go to G Fest. And as Kevin mentioned, other people say, it's about family. It's about the friends that you make and meet and interact with, and how it really makes you know that you're not some callous individual. You really are someone who's really feels for what you're being there for, And me personally, I love showing people, meeting up with other people. And and I have to say, sometimes when you meet up with other people, it's such a fun moment when two or three extraordinary individuals come to light. And right here, three black men in the same picture. We got anybody who knows Leslie Chambers, dude. He's such a he's an eccentric individual, but such a delight. He is. He really is. You know, he's one of the what you call the he's that energy, that ball of energy you love to be around. You really do. You know, he's somebody like just don't matter who they are. You're glad that they're there. You know, you really are. And then to, and to my to my to, to the left of me on my show, that's Marcellus Winters. Marcellus Winters, man. Ah, this is kind of sad, man. This was so interesting. It's funny how things it just shows how big the world. I mean, the small the world is because Marcellus Winters was introduced to me by a late friend named Linwood, who sadly passed away some time later. Introduced me when I was at 22 G Fest. And he said, you know what, you know, introduce yourself to Marcellus, you know, where he's down in the modeling room, you know. I was like, okay, you know, why not? Give it a chance, you know, see what it goes on. And got to meet him and never knew that he was such this energetic individual and God-fearing man also, you know. And like I say, Linwood, you know, introduced me to him, you know, and sadly Linwood passed away, and it's like seemed like he went before his time. But the crazy thing about Marcellus was that early this year he had a fire that devastated his home, and it burnt out everything. I mean, just destroyed everything. Destroyed his awards, destroyed the stuff that he got from G Fest, and I'm just like, oh my God, why did this have to happen to this man? You know, of all people, you know, I mean, I can understand if it happened to me, you know, it's like no big deal, you know what I mean? Hell, things you rebuild, but he's a family man, you know, he has like a couple of kids and a wife, married, you know, and everything. And I was like, no, why does this have to happen to him, you know? But in the end, you realize you can't question what God's plan is, you know, and whatever, you know, what it was, you know. And thankfully, he did come to G Fest this past weekend. And he did show off his display, you know, which was pretty cool. You can see that Jet Jaguar, which is kind of smoked out, but somehow he managed to, you know, make it. And he didn't win, but he got a special offering from the G Fest elite, you know. And it's just, as I say, it's just sad knowing that these things happen to some people, you know. Let me see here. Let me see. That's exactly what it is, Kevin. Exactly. I mean, it's no. I mean, Kevin said it best. You know, that's just what it is. You know, and okay, hold up a second, because see, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I love going to G Fest, because it's yeah, it's anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It's an amazing thing, you know. Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. You know, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm a big softy, but you know, this is yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's like I say, man. I mean, this is why I say especially when I saw Kevin and Daniel, you know, I got emotional too. You know, I mean, I'm happy for them, but at the same time, you know. And let me read something here so I don't stop. This is true. That's something. Look, I first knew of a crossover with Godzilla when I saw him in Marvel Comics with battling the Avengers. You know, I was like, oh my God, dude. I mean, it's crazy seeing, you know, that shows how much of an impact one kaiju or man in a suit has, really brought to the table, in terms of that. Yeah, that's exactly true. That's exactly true. That's the thing you have to remember. I mean, this the memories you make, and I'm not even talking because I've never been to any of the cons, but I feel that with G Fest is a totally different entity. As I say, it's a totally different environment. Now, granted, there have been them in some dark times and whatever happening, whatever it's happened. Anything can happen like that. That's just how things go. But the things you make with the people that you involve yourself with is always a delight. Like this right here with Sam Messley and Daniel Miller. Sam, he's a great artist. He's another very electrified spirit. He's such a amazing talent. He is such that. He's something that I can't say enough about him. I mean, he really is. And I must show this picture where I have to show this picture here. Make sure it's the right one. I think it's this one. Yes, this one. I asked Kevin. I asked Kevin. I asked Kevin, Daniel, and Sam, and his brother, which is standing next to Sam, to just be in a picture of him. And Sam, Sam improvised something where it's like, "I present to you." Dude, oh my god, oh my god, hold on, let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've got. Wait a minute, not that. Yeah, I want to show that yet. Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of speaking of fireworks, that's a good point. Let me show that right. There we go. This was at the Navy Pier around, it was after 8 o'clock, it was after 9 o'clock. And I want to just kind of fill in a little blank right here real quick. This is supposed to be on a boat where we're supposed to see this. Unfortunately, my dumb ass, got the wrong directions, but in a way we did have the right directions. I just didn't realize that's where it was going to take place. And I was like, damn it. But in a way, this is probably better. We did get to see the fireworks display, and it was wonderful. I mean, it's let me see, because I don't want to copyright it. You're right. That's because boy, YouTube is such a beast when it comes to this. Yes, copyright that shit. But no, that's yes, it's but no, we got to see the fireworks display, and it was beautiful, man. It was such an enriching thing to see, and I enjoyed that. I can't, like I said, can't put a price on that. I mean, it's sad that I'm not gonna say it's sad that we didn't miss the boat, although I ain't worried about the money situation, but it's just that it would be nice to see it on the boat. But hey, you know what? This was awesome in my mind. I really think this is awesome. I loved it, So, but no, that was it, and it was beautiful. It was wonderful. I'm glad that I got a chance to see it and share it with my brothers, and it was just a lovely night, and there was a whole bunch of people out there, I mean, it was I can't even say, I mean, maybe Thousand. I know it's thousands. I know for sure, but it was in the hundreds of thousands. Hell if I know. All I know is it was a packed house out there outside watching this, and it was wondrous to be seen. But yeah, it was like I say, it's great to know that you get to see many people, many styles, many environments, and I'm just glad that I got the chance to see certain things out there while I was out there, and it's just kind of interesting knowing that when you get to a certain place and you've been there before and you don't know what's going to be portrayed or come into play of happening, you just know that when it happens, it happens. So you move on and keep on trucking, as I like to say. So to move on, like I say, I got there that Tuesday, and I met up with Kevin and Daniel, and we didn't do too much. I mean, we just hung around at the hotel, but that Wednesday, like I say, we went to the fire display. I mean, fire display wasn't the fire display. They actually went downtown and went to the Riverwalk, and I really got to work on my knee or work on my weight. I got to really do that because if I'm going to Japan, I'm definitely going to have to work on weight a little bit more. I mean, I have lost weight, but I need to work. I mean, I need to work on it a lot more. So, but anyway, they got to see that, and later that night we went to the fireworks display, and it was beautiful. It was wonderful. But so many things you get to see. Not just city. I mean, not just at G Fest, but the city too. I mean, the city too, and see because the time I was there, I went to the Sears Tower and the Navy Pier. I got on the Ferris wheel, and it was glorious. It was wonderful. I mean, I'm just glad I got to see it. So that being said, you get to see things like this, which is like moments like this, which is the co-founder of GFAN and GFest, which is JD Lee's, which is right here with a bunch of people like Kevin and Daniel talking. They had a real deep conversation with him, talking to him because he's retired now. When I say retired, he stepped down and let his offspring, which is Peyton, take over the reins of GFest. So now she is the one who is basically running the ship with the other people, and it's such a grand thing knowing that it yes, and I didn't realize that because I mean that's another thing he does, which is to do the G tours that give people a chance to go to Japan and see various sites where different kaiju and tokusatsu films are done, and it's and you just have to pay for that, pay for your ticket, all that, but it's such a fun ride. And like I say, JD is just an amazing individual whose love for this kind of genre sparked this, and I'm just glad that like I said, I'm so glad that Daniel and Kevin got a chance to meet him, because that's my whole MO. When you're a veteran, you want others who come to something like this their first time to embrace these things, to embrace these moments of like who you're going to meet, who you're going to talk to, who you're going to really involve yourself with. Again, I'm not going to say will. I'm not going to say if. I'm going to say we will, brother. I'm going to put that out there now. We will. We'll get there for sure. But no, like I say, stuff like that is one of the benefits, one of the joys for me personally, that I get to see people's expressions about how or what they express themselves when they meet or interact with different people at GFest. And that's one of the things that I really do appreciate. And yeah, see, And blue's my favorite color, just in case you didn't know, Kevin. Coincidentally, you put the hearts out there. Um, but we're getting, but like I say, we're getting to the heart of things. Like I say, we did all these things at G Fest, before Thursday, and eventually Thursday came around, and let's see. Well, yeah, he's see. I know you for a fact, Kevin. You can do this. You can sense someone is full of shit. You can sense if someone's full of BS. You can sense these things. You got a very good radar when it comes to that stuff. So you can tell that JD is somebody quite humble with his surroundings and whatnot. So he is that type of individual. So it's good to know that you can tell that. But that's one thing about JD. I got a chance to meet him in person. The first time around, and like I say, this was no different than and I feel like even though he's retired, he's still kind of essence, not just in physical, but just in energy when he's there. And I feel like that's the thing about it. He wants to keep that energy going while his presence is there. And speaking of presence, when I went to the theater, to the Pickwick, to go see a film with a familiar here. Well, not that. I mean, this is familiar. Speaking of which, one on the side next to me, that's Trevor. He's a decent individual. He's a real and amazing individual, I have to say. But that's not the picture I was trying to look up at. I was trying to look up something else. And here it's this one here. I think it's because I went to the Pickwick, like I say, and I think it's this one here. Make sure. No, that's well. I put it like this. This is something I have to share here. This is Connor again, or Alvin. The tall one, the very tall one. Always very tall. He's 6'3". He's up there. But in the middle of them is Billy DeBose, and of course, artistic lizard himself, Brendan. I had to get a picture of these three. Because space amazing individuals. I have to say, amazing individuals. But I'll get the picture in a minute. The one I'm talking about. But while I'm talking, while I'm looking for it, make sure I find it. It's enriching, like I say, to see these amazing individuals and know that they are there to like I say, humble you as who you are. I have to say, because I'll be honest with you, it really humbles me. I mean, people don't realize how humbling it is when it comes to the people who you interact with. It really is something to be to really engage with. So it's kind of like that. But getting back to what I was saying, at the Pickwick, I had to get a picture with myself because Owen was with me. Owen was with me to a lot of stuff, but you know what? In the back of my mind, I didn't mind it. I feel like it was necessary. Here, that's not it. That's up me in the clouds. Why did I put that on there? Oh my god, dude. I tell you, I'm still working out the kinks on this thing. Here we go. Yes, is it. There we go. This is us, Brandon and Connor, or Olvin and Artistic Lizard, and me, Jedi Granville, at the Pickwick. Excuse me. At the Pickwick. And we went to go see Ever a Horror of the Deep. And it was, like I say, it was fun to see that film on the big screen because it's good. see, that's the thing about it. And you see so many films or so many times, but it's nothing like seeing it on a silver screen. It's nothing like that. It's a different experience, you know. And I know that's the same with me, Kevin, and Daniel, and um, Matthew Walsh, you know, and Ben. We went to go see Minus One Saturday night, and but like I say, we've seen that picture before, but seeing with a collage of individuals who love Godzilla on the big screen is such a enriching and very environmental, very loving thing to see, because you get that energy that you want to see with people, you know, and that's the thing right there. But anyway, the point I'm making too is that um, a lot of these things you do and create and interact with, and I, for myself, got a chance to, because like I say, I didn't go there to interact. To go to the dealer's room. Well, I did go to the dealer's room. I will say that. That's one thing I can say I did do. And in fact, let me just play this out. Which one it is? Hold up a second. Make sure. Okay, that's not it. And that's not it either. I think it's this one. Yeah. Because this is the line to the dealer's room right here. And this is early morning. This is like no. It was like 10 minutes before it opened. It was already a line. It was already a line. Of course it's gonna be a line. But I didn't go there for this. I swear it's like, you know, it's like and I tell people, it's like, if it's your first time, I would say wait it out before, because there's plenty of stuff for you to want to go see, what I want to buy, whatever, you know. So I was like, just wait. It ain't no sense you going trying to, you know, kick your heels and, you know, do all that, because the second you go in, you're gonna. That's like, and from what I was told, it was hella like trying to get in there. I mean, you gotta be like super head skinny just to get in there anyway, you know. So I was like, yeah, I'll wait. I'll just definitely wait, you know. So, but I did get inside. And this is only, I think this was it Saturday? This is Saturday. Yeah, this is Saturday. Hold up. I did get inside. This is a picture of it actually kind of slowed down very much. But when I did get inside, it was packed. It was packed, baby. You get what I'm saying? Packed. So it was not for the faint of heart trying to get in there. It was like, if you get in there and you can't hold your water trying to get place from A to B to Z and everything else, it's like, don't need to be here. You know, you don't need to be here. And trust me, I for myself was I was just like, damn, dude. It's like, okay, this is how it is, you know. But I don't know. It was like I said, it was pretty fun, you know. And I'm just glad that I got a chance to mingle with people and interact with some and whatnot. So yeah. But anyway, getting back to, like I say, I went to the dealer's room, you know, didn't buy anything, but I did go to the autograph area where the guests were, you know. And here's the thing that I, for myself, was like kind of lost on. Okay, the name kind of lost me, but the look of this person drew me when I saw this person, and I didn't realize this is who this was. And I'm like, how the hell did I not recognize this dude off the bat when I heard? But the name threw me off. And this is who this person was, which is Mr. King Young, very famous. I mean, just all around amazing character actor. And I was kind of like, oh my god, how the hell did I not recognize this dude from Jump Street? You know, it was so fessed up that I didn't realize who that was. You know, and yes, but knowing that I met him, I was like, oh my god, this is who this is. You know, and I actually did get an autograph from him because I didn't realize he'd done this. I didn't know he was a voice actor, and so in all the pictures that he showed, you know, he was on the GI Joe cartoon series back in the '80s, you know, and he was the voice of, put it up here, Shadow Storm. I didn't realize that. You know, I was like, what the hell? You know, this is like, oh my goodness. That is, dude, I would never have known this, you know. But that's the thing about this. You never know who you're going to meet or who you're going to be interacting with. And knowing that I got to meet a living legend, it's kind of like, and as you see in that picture, as you see in this picture here, I was like, oh, he's attacking. You know, it's like, dude, what the hell? You know, it's like how it's like it's almost like you need your ass kicked for not knowing who this is. You know, it's like that's the thing right there. But it is such. Yeah, that's what I thought. It is such a crazy thing that I've seen this man in so many things from top to bottom, and he's been doing stuff like, I mean, way like back in probably like in the late '70s, and I didn't know he was on the Golden Girls. That's the other thing. I didn't realize he was on the Golden Girls. I'm like, what the hell? You know, so it's like this man's been doing everything under the sun. I was like, damn, dude, how did I not know who this was? You know, but aside from that, I managed to get some art from a very talented friend of mine, Alex True. I was just say Alex T. I mean, if I say his last name, I'm gonna butcher it up. I don't want to do that. But I didn't realize that he had some art, or he knew how to draw, and I didn't realize how talented this young man was. This is, I mean, it's. He was somewhat given away, but I gave him some for it anyway because I feel like he deserved it. This is Maguma, the warriors from Gorath, and you can see he's very talented. I mean, I was like, damn, dude, that's pretty good stuff there, you know. And then I got another one from him, Titanosaurus. I was like, dude, look at that. This dude has got some talent of the wazoo. It's like, how is that? I never knew this guy had this kind of talent. He really does have amazing talent. But other than that, you know, like I say, those are the only things that I got from G Fest that I feel that was warranted. And truth be told, you know, it helps to know that when you buy stuff or get stuff from G Fest, you realize what would you get it for. And here's something that I just got by chance from Martin and Pam Alt. This is something that was shown at a past G Fest that I never got a chance to see. And if anyone knows the story on this, then you trust me, I know the story very well. I know the story very well of this particular kaiju, but you would have to look it up. I'm not going to explain what and how. Anyway, no, that was the thing though. I mean, just knowing that you meet these people and interact with them and get certain things. That's my whole thing about going to G Fest and how it makes me who I am. You know, because like I say, other than individuals like this, it's it's also such a grand thing to know that you get to meet or interact with other people again. Like, let me pull it up here. Like Rich Eso, Mr. Fresh Vinyl himself. Such a talented individual. Such a the now, even though Rich Eso seems come up strong and everything, trust me when I say this is a really down the earth kind of individual. You know, I mean, I have to give it to him. He's don't let his so-called persona or anything like. The man is really a deep-hearted individual. He really is. You know, and I feel G Fest wouldn't be G Fest without him. Truth be told. And then you have, of course, Jason Hernandez, or Jonathan Hernandez. I'm sorry, Jonathan Hernandez, who I haven't seen in a long time, and standing between of us, is a newbie who's never been to G Fest. I forget it, and I'm gonna hate myself. I can't remember his name. But he was new to G Fest, and he's a friend of Jonathan's. And it was good to know that he got to interact with. And the funny thing is, when I took this picture, he didn't want to. He didn't want to get in. He didn't want to get in the middle of us. He didn't want to do. He didn't want to do it. You know, he didn't want to interact. But I was like, no, I want to meet new people. I want to interact with new people. You know, I want to interact and because he was kind of nervous. He was, but at the same time, I'm like I say, look, I'm tearing down the walls. Because look, when I went to my first G Fest, I was hella nervous. I was, but the warm, welcoming wagon of people who interacted with me made me feel welcome, and I wanted to give that same energy to individuals like this individual. And let him know, because by the end of the weekend, he was very outgoing. He's very open. It's like I've never known this is good. That's what I like to see people who are new to this have that feeling. I want them to embrace this. You know, I don't want you to feel like you have to be, nervous or anything like that, because you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to feel like, a third wheel or anything like that. You shouldn't have to feel like you can't be yourself around other people and not feel that energy. You shouldn't feel like that. You should. And I wouldn't want somebody to not feel that energy, because if you don't feel that energy, then you don't, that's not for you. I feel, but with that, you have other people that is such a delight. And, I'm going to put this one up for sure. Had to put up my girl, Christine Chapin there. She is, yeah, she, look, anybody who knows Christine, you already know who she is. And, she's I can only say there's nothing really I can be said about her, because it's already been said. She's that individual, I mean, she's just that light that brightens up your world, and there's much more I can say about her. I mean, it's like I can go on and on, but it's not really something I can go on one, because it's like it's all true. She's very welcoming. She'll welcome anyone. This doesn't discriminate. That's the kind of person you want in our world. And me and Kevin in this picture, I mean, me specifically, I'm just like, yeah, it's like, that's it's such a delight, and And here I got to show this. This is oh, well, okay. Is it? Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Why isn't that playing? What the? Hold up. That's weird. Hold on one sec. We're experiencing technical difficulties here. Okay. Okay, that's weird. All right, let's try it again. Huh. All right, that's weird. Yeah, yeah. Like I say, she's a much loved individual in the Godzilla community. Let me see. Doesn't want to play now. That's weird. All right, that's well, ain't no biggie. Well, the thing I was trying to show was the video where I attended because she's part of the Collect All Monsters group, and it showed David and Kyle, and I attended one of their panels before, but I hadn't attended the last time, so I said, okay, I'm attending to this one, and it was fun all the same attending it, and it was such a joy, being there, and David, I embraced everyone, but I embraced him, it was good to see him, embrace, that's just that love, that energy. That's what I'm talking about. Going to G Fest is just that, And some other heavy hitters here. Share with you. Hold up. That's Omar. I mean, he's known as Dragon Lizard on YouTube, but he is he's an interesting individual. He does short films and does anything kaiju related. He's an amazing individual, and it was good to see him, at G Fest, because I think the last time I saw him was in 23, but I know he's had some issues dealing with some things, but it's like, hey, I understand, life goes on, nothing you can do about it, but it was good to see him, and it was such a blessing to interact with him and everything. And the other, hold up a second, and the other is she's a kaiju favorite, and that is Maria Armstrong. This woman, now this is what's so funny. Her and I are the same age. We're in the same age class, but it seems like she's a little younger than me. She's such an outgoing spirit. I mean, it's like she ain't letting age catch up with her. Nothing. She acts like she's in her teens. Okay, she looks like she's in the late teens. It's like she is such an amazing spirit. She really is. And I'm like, boy, it's like I love people like that. I love knowing that people are like that, and they're really, don't let age show up, and just stop them from doing what they want to do. And that's the thing, you don't. And I don't know why, but I feel like G Fest has that energy that keeps you going, keeps you want to go. I mean, it's true enough, you can take some time off from it, but there's a reason why you want to go back. You want to go back because of that energy, you want to go back for that, but like I say, stuff like that, stuff like this, and interacting with other people and meeting new people, and and so forth. And after, like I say, after when we get to Sunday, we get to, and this is the thing, when you get to Sunday, when I got to Sunday, I could feel that bittersweetness of knowing that this is the last day. This is what's going on. This is what's going to happen. And it's not going to be, it's like it's coming to an end. The end it's like all good things must come to an end, as the saying goes. But thankfully, things like this, with this right here, Okay. What is? Why is this not playing? It's not playing. This. Oh my goodness! You got to be kidding me, man. Why is it not playing? Okay, now it does. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. That was Stan Hyde. He was doing the Kaiju's confessions thing where people sing along and whatnot. And I wanted to show the video, but it ain't freaking playing. Son of a bitch. Uh, Let me see this. Okay, well, this is just one. This is a video of the blood party, but it's actually the video of the blood party, and I do not know why it's not playing. Why is it not playing? This is, man. This sucks. This technology. Fuck it. All right, never mind. Now that's frustrating, man. Damn. Anyway, well, put it like this. Stan's Kaiju Confessions, where you sing along, and the blood party, it was what you call a last hurrah for anyone who's a G fan. And it makes you feel more alive. You know, I'm not saying that you weren't alive before, but it really makes you feel alive when you interact with different. And like I say, not everyone comes to it. Not everyone goes to the blood party. I'm gonna tell you right now why. Because when you go to the blood party, more than likely, like myself, you're gonna get fucked up. You know, that's and that's bottom line, and that's the truth. Like I say, right here, you know, with Bento, you know, Kevin, Carlos, Oven, you know, this new guy, Theo, and of course Daniel. This is where you go to get let loose and really let your freak flag fly. Basically, is what you do, you know. And like I say, I didn't go to the last blood party because of. I won't go into the example, but thankfully, when I went to this one, I was like, yes, this is what I've been missing. This is what I need. And it feels good knowing that I did that. I don't. You know what, Dad? You know what, Kevin? You know, maybe it's good that you don't remember. You know, because I remember you slightly being, you know, a little. I don't know. You know. But you know what? Hey, at least you got to bed. That's the thing about it. You got to bed, and that's all that matters. So I'm glad that you did that, brother. And I'm glad you got to. Let's see. Well, look, if you had, trust me, nobody was going to say anything. You know, I wouldn't have said anything. I'd be like, well, hey, at least he's at home. At least he's at home with people that aren't going to judge him for anything. And that's the bottom line of that, you know. And yeah, shouldn't matter, you know. But with that being said, you know, that was pretty much the end of that. And I should mention this. Y'all kept seeing me wearing a button along with the name tag, the pass. Not a name tag, a pass. This is official, dude. This is official G Fest merchandise, as I like to say. Uh, yeah, I did because I don't know what would have done if I had stayed there. I do not know. I won't. We won't. But this is authentic. And while we was there, I was given this by Jeff Horn. In memory of a dear friend who was my sensei at my first G Fest, Doug Pilton, and trying to get the light off there. But we was wearing these pins on ourselves, and it was just to say honor him because he been going to every G Fest since its inception, and it's kind of bittersweet wearing it. But I mean, I wanted to honor the man who gave me so much that I can never pay him back, and I appreciate him for that. So that's the thing. But like I say, after the Sunday's festivities and everything, we packed up, left, went home, and like I say, the pretty much was it. And this is what I was wanted to show earlier. I mean, wanted to go show, but this is me going home from a window seat, seeing out the window, and seeing the clouds, heading for home. But I told people this, and I'll tell you people who are watching this. I'm going to fly when it goes overseas or anything like that. But to go to G-Fest, never again. Because flying gets you there fast. But if you get a delay and then it end up getting canceled, fuck you. I'm taking the damn train like the first time I did. I'm like, dude, it pissed me off knowing that this happened to me once last year. Then it happened to me again. I get to Dallas and heading home, and it's like they delayed my flight for a good 2 hours. And then at 0 hours, like, oh, I'm sorry to tell you, but your flight's been canceled to Monroe. You've got to be fucking shitting me, man. I'm like, and thank God I got a flight to go that morning, that early day, because if I hadn't taken that one, I would have to wait until 10 o'clock the next damn night. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to be here for another damn day. Fuck y'all. Thankfully I got that morning flight. Thankfully. But aside from all that, I did get back home, reveled in the fact that I went to G-Fest, and it was such a blast. And let me see. Yeah, but at least you didn't have to stay there for 12 hours straight, though. I mean, if you're talking about the first time, I can understand. But this time, you only there for like maybe 2 hours. So thankfully, you didn't have to do that. But me, I had to stay there for damn near 2 hours. I'm like, if I had to stay there for another 12 hours, fuck y'all. So it's just crazy, But no. Aside from all these things, aside from the little, knick-knack, bullshit that happened, G-Fest 2026 was a good one. It was a blast. It was something that I said once I got there, it's like I never left, and it felt great. It felt like I needed that. And it's just so overwhelming knowing that with the things that happened in the past, I got to see old friends, new ones, and it's just fun. I mean, what more can you say? I mean, G-Fest is just that beast that will forever be what it is, and I don't think anyone can take that away. I mean, it's yes, you do have situations where they're beyond your control that you can't control. That do happen, but aside from all that, I feel G-Fest is such a great thing that it gives people like me who are in the latter years of their lives to really push on and know that you still have a purpose in this world. And as someone called me the mayor of G-Fest, it's weird having some title where it's like, oh God, really? I mean, because in a way I do meet and greet people who come in, and interact with them. I like to interact with people. And it's kind of funny for a person who used to be hella shy, very introverted kind of character, but I don't know. That all changed in time. So I don't know. Go figure. I guess G Fest was the antidote that I needed to let myself be different than it was before. So, but hey, but that's about it. That's my round my reflection on G Fest 2029 26, and I hope y'all enjoyed watching this, knowing that this was a fun ride for me, and it just still bogs my mind that it got done, but I still had fun, and I can never put a price on it. I can never put a price on it. But that being said, what I got coming up, especially tomorrow, I'm going to be doing my top 10 with a couple of people, top 10 favorite Godzilla designs. And by that means Godzilla, not necessarily in the film display, but how he's been portrayed in other manifestations of him, whether it be anime or gameplay or video game, whatever. What's your favorite design? And I know for me, I have my favorites, but you have to wait and see what I have on for that for tomorrow. And later, if I'm not mistaken, yes, Sunday, I'm going to be joining up with Mr. Kevin Lamb, as I mentioned before, on Entertainment Headquarters, talking about 20,000, the Beast from 20,000 Phantoms, which is a huge classic that actually got the ball rolling for Godzilla to become into existence in the first place. King Kong was part of it, but that really started it up and really did it. And later this month, I'm going to be doing another segment, not segment, but what is this? That's something else. Anyway, I'm going to be doing what is it called? Doing a podcast talking about Maximum Overdrive, which is a first and last Stephen King directed film that came out 40 years ago, and me and a couple of people are going to be talking about it, and you have to wait and see. It's on Saturday the 25th, so come watch, check it out. But for now, that's about it. And yes, thank you, Kevin. Yes, and hey, it's only awesome when people like you join up and encourage me to do these amazing things. But yeah, but that's about it. That's about all I have in the tank for this. And I thank for all people who are watching and bracing and talking about bringing up some cool stuff. I thank you for getting into commenting. I mean, this has been a blast. It's been fun. Reminiscing and talking about G Fest, because G Fest is that. Nothing more, nothing less. Yes. But as I always close out, I hopefully y'all doing okay. But as I always say, y'all take care. Y'all please be patient. And here is appropriate when I say this. Always keep the kaiju love alive, and keep it alive all the time. Take care.